I know that was a bit of a joke, but why is it that finding an emotionally available man is so difficult? And should you even date a man if he's emotionally unavailable? That's what we're going to discuss in this video. Hi, I'm Jarrels. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I help couples find their happy. So today we're asking the question, should you date an emotionally unavailable man? And if so, how do you do it? Before we get into that, be sure to stay all the way to the end for some shocking reasons that you should date an emotionally unavailable man. All right, let's get started. First thing we need to do is go over what emotionally unavailable means and what its characteristics are. Here are the 5 signs of emotional unavailability. The first one is that they have difficulty expressing their feelings and emotions. The second thing to watch for is an avoidance of intimacy and deep conversations. If you're stuck on a superficial level and you're having trouble digging in and having them express their emotions, you're probably dealing with someone who's emotionally unavailable. Here's the next thing to watch out for. They're fearful of commitment and they cannot get themselves to connect deeply. Here's another thing to watch for. They have a tough time being exclusive to you, keeping the relationship just between the two of you, and they have a tough time committing in the first place. Keep an eye out for difficulty with communication patterns and inconsistent behavior. The last thing to watch out for is that they can't keep themselves organized in the relationship. They end up prioritizing everything else in life above and beyond or above and over your relationship. So if they're constantly putting things off about the relationship because they're having other work things or other social things, other things that are coming up that are taking the place of what should be important in the relationship, it's probably because they're unwilling to be emotionally available. Next, let's discuss the negative aspects of dating an emotionally unavailable man. All right, the first negative impact that you might be experiencing yourself when dating someone like this is emotional frustration and loneliness because you're not getting that connection with them that you know you deserve. That may lead to the next thing, which is a low self-esteem or low self-worth. When you're constantly chasing after approval or emotional connection with your partner and you're just not getting it, it makes you feel like you're not worth it. This can leave you feeling empty because your unmet needs are going to fester and get bigger and bigger, and it's going to become a larger and larger problem in the relationship as it goes along. Being in this type of relationship can make it very difficult to feel connected, which will end up pulling you away from the relationship and the closeness that you should have during that and inside that relationship. It can make it tougher for you to connect with someone later. The last one is this. When you're with somebody who isn't emotionally available, they're kind of blocking and holding you out. This can ultimately lead to emotional abuse because if you're feeling like your emotions are not being met and not being taken care of, all of these can lead to an increase in emotional abuse. Okay, we don't want you feeling emotionally neglected or emotionally abused, but it can actually end up becoming that because their manipulation by them blocking you out and keeping you from being connected with them can end up ruining your connection with them emotionally. So if dating an emotionally unavailable man doesn't seem super tempting to you, here are a couple of alternatives. Before allowing yourself to get caught up in a relationship with someone who you can tell is emotionally unavailable, first things first. If there's an area in your life that you believe an emotionally unavailable man can fill, let's fix it before you go shoving them in there, because it's just going to cause you more heartache, more pain by having them in your life because they're going to be a constant drain on your emotions. If you're about to get involved with someone and you suspect that they might be emotionally unavailable, it's imperative that you set clear boundaries and expectations. And if they say, well, I can't meet that one, then you'll know that they're probably unable to fulfill those areas in your life that are emotionally required or desires for you, and so they're just going to leave you wanting. As the next alternative to just jumping into a relationship with an emotionally unavailable man, what you might consider is finding a partner who's more mature, especially on an emotional level. They're going to be more supportive and they're going to fulfill what it is that you actually need in your life with a relationship. The next thing is to not put too much emphasis on just being in a relationship. Be sure that you spend time really focusing on relationships that foster mutual respect and understanding. Either way, you're not going to be happy in that relationship. The last one is this. Practice some self-compassion. You're obviously looking for something that isn't in your life. Let's try and fulfill it ourselves, because if you can't love yourself, don't expect anyone else to be able to love you. So the question we're asking in this video is, how do you date someone who's emotionally unavailable, and should you even do it? The answer, in my opinion, is it's going to be an uphill battle for sure if you decide to go down that road. But here are the 5 shocking reasons why you should date an emotionally unavailable man. The first one is this: emotionally unavailable men keep you guessing. They're going to make your relationship exciting. You're never going to be bored because you'll constantly be wondering if they're really into you or not. This can tend to boost up the excitement level about the relationship because there's going to be some constant anxiety as to whether it really means anything or not. The second shocking reason you should date an emotionally unavailable man is this: they're always there for you, except for when you need them. Okay, what does that mean? That means they're not going to be there for you when you need them. Okay, that's going to bolster your independence. You're going to have to learn to rely on yourself and to get things done without them. This is going to make you feel more self-confident and more self-assured. The third shocking reason is this: they're going to help keep you grounded. All right? They're not going to let you in and get too close. So if you have a tendency to let a relationship overwhelm you and consume all the areas of your life, they're going to keep you out just enough, just at arm's length, so that you never feel like you're being completely consumed with the relationship. The next one's super big. It's number 4. Number 4 is this: emotionally unavailable men teach you about yourself. And the reason they do is because you'll constantly be trying to figure out new ways and new things about yourself to get them to love you, because they're always going to keep you one step away. The last shocking and important reason that dating an emotionally unavailable man is beneficial is this: they teach you about the real world. Okay? When you date an emotionally unavailable man, you're going to be ready for anything, because as you meet other people, especially emotionally unavailable ones in real life, you'll know exactly how to handle them. These are sarcastic reasons why you actually shouldn't date an emotionally unavailable man. I'm not going to tell you that you should. And if you're in that type of relationship, it's going to be arduous and painstaking, because they're not in a position to open up to you, and you're not going to be getting what you need from that relationship. Staying in a relationship with an emotionally unavailable man is going to definitely lead to a life of loneliness, because they're not there for you when you need them. Now, if you're looking for a healthy relationship, find someone who's also looking for a healthy, open, and honest relationship, where they can be emotionally available, and then you guys can share in a mutually beneficial and equally yoked relationship. Because it's important to find someone who's capable and ready for intimacy. All right, that's about it for this video. If you found it informational, please do give me a like and subscribe, and then leave in the comments any experiences that you've had with an emotionally unavailable man that might be able to help anyone else reading those comments. Thanks for watching.